what we'll do, just we'll go over a few of the things that we went over from last time to start off with. We'll do just a couple of like normal recalls in here first, using the collar, and then I'll get Ove out again like we did at the end of the last session. I'll put Ove over there, and we'll just get back into doing some recalls away from a dog as well, and then we'll head over to the field over there. I'll take Ove with us as well. So again, we've got more space to, to be free and do our own thing, but we'll have another dog around us as well. So yeah, let's get in. Is the collar on? So just talk me through now, just from what you remember from last time. Then, so when are we turning the button on and off here now?
From here and then hit when I was saying yes.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Okay, so there we're pressing it on and off, and then the rest of the travel towards you, we don't need it on then, yeah. As long as he commits towards you, cool. And then if he was to go off over there, back on, getting back on track with you, and it can go off again, yeah. Sound, that's fine, cool. Let's get a few more in then. Juggling everything in it, lead, collar, treats.
It's pretty thingy when I'm doing throwing the treats out.
Yeah.
Because he's learnt the game of like.
Yeah, of course. That is just robotic, isn't it? That it goes out, comes back. But what's good, because it's a behaviour that he knows, that's what makes it easier to condition the collar as well. Because it's a behaviour he knows. When you turn it on and off, he's so clear in his head that he knows what you expect of him. Good.
Yes.
Nice. So, again, real world, something flying by there, a leaf or whatever, what he likes. He's gone and seen it, and you can still recall him off that. So, even that one there is more important than, throwing a treat out. Because, like we said there, it's robotic. We keep throwing it back and forward. He just gets into the swing of what it is. But they're the important ones, really, where he does something himself, real world, something flew by, distracted him. Can we call him back off that as well? Which, yeah, we did. And that's why this part now, where we're conditioning this robotic response, if you want, that's why it helps us in that moment, because he already understands what needs to happen. What I don't know if we did this last session or not. Did we talk about doing like a silent recall?
No.
Okay, so when Ovi comes out, we'll get just into it first, because we've not done it a couple of weeks, he might have a little reaction here. So we'll see what happens. And I just want you to do these recalls like as we normally have been, where like last session where he come out towards the end, and then we call him back and we use the button on and off. Okay, so when it gets to a point of saying, can we do it silently, I don't want you to ask for it, I just want you to do the button. So see if he responds to the button or not. And if he the first time of maybe him feeling just like a silent one, so only the button without the words that you've conditioned already, he might be a bit unsure as to what's going on. Like, he might feel it and go, but you've not said the words. But we'll see what happens and what he does. But ideally, I just want to see, does he respond to just the button? Because then I'll know how far along his understanding is in it. Okay, cool. For you then, go and position yourself up here a little bit. I'll get Ovi out and I'll go and put him over there. Just keep him with you just for now until I sort of set Ove up, and then we'll go with it. Let's get to it then. Let's see if he wants to come out here a little bit, and I want you to call him back. So you might want to stay with you for a second. If he does, that's fine. Just now when he starts to come over and show a bit of interest that way, call him now. Good. Nice. So really there, he's just looking around. He's just looking around for his leaves and stuff to have a chase around with. He's not actually looking at, well, he is then. But there, good. Like, he looked then, and then he's just gone, yeah, I'm not asked about you being there. I'll just go and have a look around for my leaves and going to, explore and see. You might pick up plenty of smells in here as well. So again, he's just a bit obsessed with going, what's this, what's that? Bring him down this way a little bit. You just walk with him down here a bit. Call him to you. Nice. Cool. Nice. Every single time here, he's doing his own things there. We're not making it robotic anymore. Like we're not purposely throwing a treat down there just to see. Nice. Good. See? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Again, a little bit of whatever it was flew by. I don't know if it was a fly or something. I spotted it, then he spotted it. Clearly went to go and get it. But nice that we got a good response straight away as well. Good. Pay him now for following you. Yeah. So this time now, that's going fine for me. What about for you? Anything that you want to add to that, or you think that's going fine? Okay, cool. Now, on the next one, when he pushes out there, don't say the words. Just gonna press the button and see what happens. Okay. Good. If he wants to walk with you, pay him for that. So you're getting there, like just for them brief steps there, you're getting a nice heel from him, really. And you've not had to do anything to get it. He just said, this is what I want to do. And especially, he's got the length of lead there that he could shoot off over there. And obviously, then you'd need to be on the button of the retractable lead, but obviously on the collar as well. But he's doing a nice heel for you. So make sure you let him know that that's something good as well. Okay. What I'll try and do this time, just to see if we can get this silent one going. You stay where you are. I'll ask him to come down here a little bit. Let's see if he comes over. And then that's when I want you to do the button. Come on then. You pressed it then, didn't you? Nice. So you pressed it. And then again, you can see that oh yeah, I remember what that means. And then he came back to you. Maybe just a bit. That's fine though, because like what I said, is the first time that we ask him to do it silently, he's going to feel the sensation of it, but he's not heard you say the word. So he goes like, should I be coming back or whatever? But that's important that when he was out here, and then obviously you did a silent recall, so you've pressed the button, as he's turned now, and let's say the cogs are going in his head and he's like, is this right? That's when you should now be going, yes. So you did the right thing. You made the right choice. Because, instead of him then travelling back, and it was maybe a bit slower than it normally would, but like I said, because of the confusion of it. But as he's coming back a bit slow, and he's like, am I sure? Should I be doing this? But if you mark that there and go, yes, then he goes, yeah, 100%, I know I've got it right. Yeah? So let's get another one of them in silently. Go on then.
Yes.
Nice. So, there. Did you pressed it, and I'm just guessing here, tell me if I'm wrong. Fine. So you pressed it, and I felt as though he's not gone yet. He wasn't sure what to do on my side either. But I was thinking he's feeling it, but he's just not decided yet what he should do with it. But then this is what I wanted to get from you. You kept your finger on it until he committed to it. And then for his learning, then he knows that for me to get rid of this stimulation now, I just need to do what I've been doing robotically in the repetition that we've been doing. So cool. You don't have to keep doing it silently, but I just wanted to see there. Yeah, I just wanted to see there what.
If he's picking up.
Yeah, exactly that. Are you picked up? Do you understand what it is we're doing currently? Which he's done really. The first one was quicker. Second one, not as quick, but it doesn't matter. Is it quick? He still found the right answer. Yeah. So let's go back now. We'll go back with, we'll ask him this time. So like you said there, maybe now and again you might do a silent one, but you don't have to do a silent one. I just, like I said, for learning, let's see where we're at. But now, I'll bring him to me. Come on then. Yeah, I don't want to now because, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Good. That's good though as well, because I'm a distraction there, and I'm basically trying to say, come to me, like maybe another dog would do out in public as well. Another dog over there, maybe the other dog communicates this way and basically says, can you come over here to me? But they're good that he says, nah, not interested, mate. I don't want to come over there to you. What I want to do is I want to just stay around with you. That's really, look, in the grand scheme of things, that's what I would prefer as well. Yeah. My dog to be able to be off lead, but not even have to use the collar at all. I'd rather him just see a distraction and go, yeah, I'm not bothered, mate. And then I'll just stay with you anyway. And I'll just go and use what I've got available to me around here. I've got some space here and whatever else. So cool. Any questions then on Anything from?
No, I think he's
He looks like he's picking it up, yeah. And it, like I said,
even with a bit of a break as well. He's still remembering.
yeah. So exactly that. Like you said, you've been away on holiday. He's had that break. No one's really been doing it with him anyway. But even to come straight off now and just he's just straight back into it. Yeah. So you've been putting some good repetition into obviously helping him understand what he needs to do. Cool. What we'll do then in a second, we'll get ourselves together and then we'll go over to that little field there. And he'll be able to. What I want you to do whilst we're there is we'll just do our own thing. So we'll go for our own little walk on this field, and I want you two to go on your own little walk. So we're in the same environment together, but I don't want you to do too many reps because the idea is I want him to have as much freedom as possible. So just every now and again, you might just want to call him. If it was something like he sees us there, because Ovi's going to be off lead while we're there. So if he sees Ovi off lead and he sees Ovi like maybe having a little bit of a run or something, then he might maybe jolt towards that direction. So that's where obviously you jump in on the collar and your words. What I want to see as well, once we go over there, I want to see if we can start to maybe get a few reps in like this as well, where you ask him and you don't press the button until he makes a decision. So what I mean by that is he might be off over there doing his own thing, and I just want you to use the words that you would use. So I'm hoping now that he just spins around and just comes straight back to you. As he spins, and then you're going to mark that behaviour, yes, and then you pay him for coming back to you. But now when we shout him, if he hears it and goes, nah, not right now, I'm not coming, that's when you're going to turn the button on, yeah? So you put that reinforcement in there then, if he doesn't comply with your command, if that makes sense. So the idea for him then is, can we start to teach him that when I ask you to do something, just do it. Otherwise, you get reinforced after it, yeah? So if you want, you ask him to do the thing, you give him a chance to make a good decision, and if he doesn't really make the best decision straight off, then you're just going to go, mate, I told you, come on, let's do it. And then it gives him that extra reinforcement. So from that point then, if you're consistent enough with that idea, then what he should say, as soon as he hears you say it, he just said, I'm just come straight away. Because what's the point in me getting that extra bit of reinforcement after it? Yeah, cool. So here's the first time they're going to be out with another dog in the same field and the other dog's off lead. So they're just going to be working on getting a few recalls in around distraction, and we'll see where we go from here. Good boy, Ove. Super lad. Good boy. It's good. And they just got a recall in over there. So good. There, another one. Dog's responding straight away. Cool. Even though obviously Ove is here and Ove's been a bit of a distraction, they just look like they're doing their own stuff and all good. Good boy, Ove. Good lad. Super boy. You want a treat? Yeah. Is that you after? Come on then, let's go. Oh, close! Good boy, super boy. Yeah, super. So just to talk about that one, obviously Ovi was off over there a little bit. The dog over there, he's seen him running over. He's gone to run towards his direction. Obviously, it all happened pretty quick. Ovi's got a top recall anyway. So yeah, just part of training. Let's see where we go from here. Nice. There's a nice one. Good. There's another one. Ove Af. Stay there. Good. Okay, so just to talk about that then. What happened then? He overran over there. Hi, I know, it's so good, isn't it? So overran over, and then he goes, I'm going as well. Yeah. All happened really quick. So what did you do on your side? Because obviously I shouted over back to me. Yeah. He span and came straight back to me. But what did you do on your side? Was you able to get a recall in, press a button, or
press button and shout him, and he did.
And he did come at that point. So it's just the
you had to give him a bit of
and guidance through the lead. That's totally fine as well. Obviously, me on the other side with Ove, he's got a good recall anyway, so he didn't. You two didn't clash when it come to it. But we had a good recall, and you managed to have a good recall as well. Yeah, because you used the words, the button, the guidance in the lead. That's why it's important right now that we do all this with the lead on. So if it comes to, we ask for it, we use the button, and he basically bins them off, we still can make you do the same behavior. Yeah. So any questions from you so far? Is been it from your side over here? All the recalls been good?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, let's carry on a bit of a walk. I'll go and capture him over there, and then I'll start walking around this way, and then you toddle off that way, and we'll go round from there. Good boy. Over close. Super boy. Free. Good boy. So good learning points for them that, you know, this is why we do it with a lead on still in the conditioning phase of an e-collar, just because we can't solely rely on the words or the button. We're going to back that up and reinforce what we actually want through the guidance of the lead as well. So you can see we're not ready yet to do all this without the lead on, but that's not a problem. We're not in a rush anyway. Take it nice and easy and just make sure we keep getting successful reps. Let's watch them for a second. Nice, so they had the nice little recall in there then. I'm guessing that she asked for the recall and just expected the dog to just come back towards her direction, but still be free and still happy to move around. Obviously, we're getting a little bit closer to where they are now, so we'll see what her dog decides to do. Happy. He's turned around, seeing that we're getting a bit closer, so he's just decided, yeah, they're okay being there in this environment with us. I'm happy to just go off and do my own thing. And he didn't obviously do what he did before, where he's tried to charge over towards our direction. Always happy just roaming around doing his own thing, you know, not too bothered about anything else in this environment other than let's do our own thing. So this might be interesting. Her dog is looking over, well, he was there. They're great. He was looking over, he's seen over, coming towards their direction, and then he managed to switch off from us, look back towards his owner, get paid for it, and then he just said, yeah, sound, I'm cracking on, I'm going to move off from there. So Ove's venturing off a little bit closer to where they are, but that's fine because he's not going to charge over, and plus he's putting them under just a little bit of pressure what they will see in the real world. You know, there are other people got their dogs off lead. You know, they might not have great recalls, but you're going to get put under a bit of pressure when people narrow the gap between you and them. So great, I like it that, you know, always pushing out a little bit more. Like I said, getting a bit closer, puts them under a bit more pressure, but they're coping with it really well. So that's all I expect to see from now. Oh, close. Good boy. Super lad. Fuss. Good lad. Free. Good boy. There. You don't know if you can hear that, but the dog was looking over this way. They asked for a recall. We got it straight away, and then we just got another one in there as well. So they're doing good so far. So I'm just going to put Over in the down again, and then go over and have a little chat. Aff. Good boy. Okay, so I'm just going to come back over, have a little chat, see if there's anything worth talking about, and we'll take it from there again. So, anything from your side that you want to bring up? What went well? What didn't go so well?
There was a couple of recalls that he didn't listen to.
Okay. And what did you do? What did you try to do at them points? Okay, so did you ask without pressing? And then when he didn't choose to come, did you then jump on the button?
I asked with pressing.
Okay.
But he just ignored him.
And then just carried on doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so at them points like that, keep our finger on it. Good. Keep our finger on it until we use the guidance of the. We use the. It's all right. It's fine. We use the guidance of the lead as well. So we keep the button on,
Yeah.
and we use the guidance of the lead to come and actually reinforce the button pressing as well. Does that make sense? Yeah. So any of them points.
Sit.
So what we haven't gone through, which this is what we'll move to soon. We won't talk about it right now, but what we'll move to soon as well is this type of behaviour where we could use the e-collar during this part as well.
Yeah.
But just for now, we won't confuse everything else.
Sit.
We'll just use what we're doing now in terms of recall and stuff like that. But from my point of view, there's a couple of points that I did like. Couple of times where he'd look over towards our direction, and then he'd just go, okay, yeah, sound, I'm happy with you're in this environment as well. And then he just turned around and cracked on and just did his own thing. So you didn't even have to get a recall in because he'd already chose to do the right thing at that point anyway. So I liked that. Yeah, for me, looking over, obviously there's a bit of a gap between us sometimes. But from what I can see from over there, he looks well, like he's responding quite well. There was one just down this end here, which I liked, was where Ovi had ventured out a little bit closer towards her, and from the gap was narrowing between him and yous. And what I liked from your side was that he was being put under a bit of pressure because the gap's gone narrower now. But he was just happy to just crack on and do his own thing. He didn't let the pressure of another dog getting closer affect him. He just said, yes, and I'm happy with my own space on the lead, and I'm happy to just sort of ignore what's going on over there. I don't need to focus on that. I'll just focus on doing my own thing, exploring around, sniffing, listening to your recalls and stuff like that. So I liked all that. Anything we'll do a couple more laps around, but is there anything that you want to ask about now?
Not right, I don't think.
No? All right, Sam. I'll do the same thing again then. You trot off that way a bit. I'll go get him and I'll then sort of just follow around as well in a gap. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go and collect to this lad. All close. Good boy. Free. Super. Good lad. This is what I use as Ovi's biggest reward. The fact that I can just free him back up to the environment, and I don't need to, I don't really need to carry a lot of trees around with me, or I don't need to bring his ball. His biggest reward is, can I go and just use the environment and go around, sniff around, stretch his legs, have a little bit of a run. So that's all I want. Then he's done a downstay for, I don't know, a couple of minutes or something. So for me to reward him in that is just free him back up to the environment again. So let's have a check in on these. Let's see how they're getting on. So there's a bit of interest this way. He has a quick look and then he decides, all right, I'm happy with where they are in this environment. I'll now just move off and I'll go and do my own thing. So he can have as much freedom as as he can take right now, how much he's responsible for, and we can, as an owner, we can reinforce them points, and that's what we want. He's the type of breed that he is. He needs to be venturing around, exploring. You can't have a breed of dog that is designed to be off and stretching the legs and stuff. You can't have a breed like that that's stuck, frustrated on a lead. So this is what I'm looking for with a lot of my clients, is to give them as much of this time as possible where they can just enjoy going for walks together, rather than it being a battle. Playing tug of war through a lead just ends up frustrating the dog. So yeah, Ovi's, again, he's ventured off there a little bit. There still, you can see. This ground's a little bit uneven, by the way, so if the camera doesn't always stick with them, it's because I'm nearly falling over on these little ditches and stuff. So cool. You can see there again, Ovi's putting a bit under pressure. Their dog, I don't know if you could see it then on camera, but he was looking this way. She just asked for a recall there. Dog straight back in. So they're doing great so far. This is only a few hours worth of training in person with me so far. They've obviously been doing a lot of reps at home, They had a couple of weeks break because of a holiday, but from the work they did before holiday, you can see that it's been some good repetition that they've been putting in, because even still now, we're just recapping what we've covered previously, but everything's working fine. So no dramas from me. There's obviously clearly a few pointers which we'll progress with over the next few sessions to actually get them to the point where we can enjoy off lead freedom. But right now, because of the couple of points that I've said, where we might still need to use the lead just to guide and reinforce the recall that we want. So I think she might end up asking for another one in a minute. You see there where he looked towards over, and then he said, right, Sand, I'm happy with you being there. You're not bothering me, so I can just carry on and do my own thing. So she just asked for another recall there. You can see that he's looked towards Ovi at the last second there, and then he's decided, no, I'm fine. I'll just get paid off you, and then we'll go from there. So let's see, Ovi, he's naturally, without me having to ask anyway, he's helping me out by sometimes being, putting them under pressure a little bit, getting a bit closer, and then it's up to them then what they do from there. Whether ideally what I want is for the dog to make good choices and decide not to kick off, and he's doing that. And a couple of points where owner might have to jump in and get a quick recall in before he might go and make a bad choice, but for now it's all really good. I like what I'm seeing so far.